afterwards. There we go. Okay, this is cool. I get to see you guys. That's so much better than just a voice on, or just like voices on the phone.
It is.
Oh, here we go. More people are coming in. I was gonna start. I'm like, well, 2 more minutes. Better wait. Hello, Deb. I love people's faces when they're trying to get connected. It's like me. Sorry, Deb, I'm making fun of you. Oh no, we lost someone. Who did we lose?
Elizabeth, I think.
Yes. Okay, she'll be back. Somebody's got not so great connection, I think. How are you, Deb?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It was you that texted me and said, I want to get my friend Michelle in, right? You confused
Yes,
me.
well, I know you're calling her, and I just want to be there for her.
Am I calling her? I don't have a number for her, hun. I thought she was joining us here on Zoom.
I don't think so. Maybe. Is she not on?
No.
Okay, I'm texting her.
Did you give her the Zoom link?
I'm texting her now.
Zoom recording. Okay, so let's just get into this. I'm gonna call Michelle first, other Michelle. Holy, this is gonna get confusing. All right. Interesting thing is her dad. Oh no, I stopped talking, Tracy. You see how hard it is to be a medium sometimes. The best way I can describe it is it's like trying to hold in a fart. That's the closest analogy I can get. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, hun, it's Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you, girl, hun?
I've been better.
I bet you have. Hold on, I gotta turn this microphone down. Somebody's coming in. Everything's going crazy as soon as you call. Hello, who have we got here? Oh, Elizabeth again, but so sorry, you're on speaker, but we're also on Zoom. So there's a bunch of people watching, and this will be posted on Zoom after, okay?
Sure.
Okay. First of all, I want to pass on my deepest condolences. I'm so sorry, hun. At the same time, the second that you had messaged me about your dad, I started getting an enormous amount of messages, and I don't know what they mean. They're just random things to me. So, but let me tell you, okay, let's do this connecting exercise first, okay?
Sure.
All right. Deep breath, son. I want you to take one deep breath before we do our deep breath. Clear out some of that negativity for me. All right. Okay, are you ready? Okay, sitting with both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and blow it straight through the phone at me, and give me a minute to focus. All right. Okay, so Michelle, you got to help me here because I don't know what all of these signs and symbols mean. They're just pouring down on me like a giant puzzle dump, okay?
Yeah.
So here we go. The biggest thing that I keep seeing is a safety net. And as soon as you said, so I want to talk about what I do know and so that I can separate it from what I don't know, okay? What I do know is there was some kind of issue with stepmom and you didn't get a chance to get there and say goodbye. And that's about all I know. That's about all you told me, right? So now when you told me that, your dad shows me a safety net. He's like, but I left the safety net. I knew this and I left the safety net. Then he shows me this, which is sudden, unexpected, or traumatic passing. But he does show me my symbol for very sudden illness or very quick illness. I do feel like there was some type of breathing or something issue because he just choked me out there. But then he makes me feel like that just went so fast, and I don't think we were expecting him to pass. It shouldn't have been something that made him pass. Do you understand that?
Unfortunately, I was given no information. The only thing that I know is he had a problem with his liver, something that runs in our family. Aside from that, I don't know what happened. To my knowledge, it was his liver that caused the death from the liver disease, fatty liver, but I don't know because no one has told me anything.
Well, from what you just validated and from what he's showing me, that something just came very quick and it shouldn't have caused his death. Like, do you know what I mean? We weren't expecting him to pass from this. And just the way that you explained it, saying that he's had liver disease for a while or whatnot, you didn't expect it. That would make sense for me. But I got to tell you, your dad takes his body off, unzips it, and throws it on the ground like a wet bathing suit. And he's like, take the trauma out of this, of how I passed, and just know that I am not in any pain anymore. He makes me feel like he can move again. He can breathe again. He is emphasizing the breathing thing. He just makes me feel like the very end was just tough to breathe. And then he says, he had to go quick because he didn't want this drawn out. He didn't want everybody fighting and drawing it out. He just wanted it to do this. But I don't know what he means by safety net, hun. I do know that if you're worried about her cutting you out of everything and not getting anything of his, or not that you're looking for. Well, she can't to a certain degree. I'll tell you, your dad is being very specific, hun. There's some kind of safety net. So I don't know exactly, I'm not extremely familiar with wills and stuff, but I'm imagining this has something to do with wills or papers because I can see a contract of some sort. So look into this because she can tell you one thing out of hurt and hope that you will go away and not look into it. But it's another thing of what the will actually says. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but unless I'm named in the will, I can't see it.
Exactly. So how do you know you're not?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Your dad is showing me safety net. He's showing me contracts. He's showing me trying to give you comfort. Here's the thing. You're very much caught up in the pain of this, right? You're feeling intense pain from this. It didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And not just that, but it's a betrayal feeling from your stepmom here. Because your dad, this is what he kept showing me for the last day. Every once in a while, your face comes into my head ever since we've talked. And then I see these random things and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. You got to wait till I talk to her. But he's showing me my symbol for betrayal. And it goes back a few years. And I feel like you guys were kind of friends, or there was more of a friendship. And then I'm feeling a splice down the middle. And I don't know what that is. Do you understand that?
A couple years ago, yeah, we talked quite often. 3 years ago, my uncle passed, and then it continued while my Oma was in the process of passing, and then just never spoke with her again, and she would never come on the phone and talk to my dad or anything. Like, it was just like that was it.
He's making me feel like he kind of knew this would happen. The way he's making me feel is that he was with her for some time, and I think that he knew that something like this might happen, which is why I don't think she knows about whatever this contract is. I can't wait for you to find out about this, hon. I want you to think about that. Think about looking for the truth instead of focusing on the pain, because your dad he's showing me that Care Bear stare of love going from him to you. And he wants you to know that he would never completely, like, that's not him. He's like, maybe that would be from her, but I would never leave you out like that. I just feel like he wasn't as strong as he wanted to be to fight her. Do you know what I mean? He didn't want to fight. But I do feel an apology there for him not telling you. Has nothing to do with her. He's like, I should have said something, but he didn't realize this was going to be something that he passed from. Hold on. Now you speak of the uncle, and I see this gentleman coming and they're shaking hands. And so they knew each other for sure, correct?
because they were brothers.
There we go. That's why.
They died within a day apart.
No way.
My uncle passed on March 10th, 3 years ago, and my father's passing date is March 11th.
Do you know what they said when you said that? They said that they did that so to give you comfort. See, you've heard me say all the time that there is synchronicity and cooperative incidences is the language of spirit, right? So your dad passing the day before your uncle was to let you know that your uncle was there to greet him when he got to the other side. Do you understand that? They were trying to synchronize the two energies so that you would know they're together. I wish the universe would just come out and go, hey, we're together, and utilize English, right? But they can't. They have to utilize synchronicity to give you the messages that you need. Your dad keeps showing me distance and space, hun, and he said that we've been separated for some time, and he's taking responsibility for this. I know that you're mad at your stepmom for this, but he's like explaining to me that he's taking some responsibility for this as well. That when he got to that side, he had to see things through everyone else's eyes, and he could see the big picture. And I feel like he's wishing that he would have taken more responsibility for these things, more responsibility for the connection. I do feel a reliance on somebody helping me know what's going on. And just, how do I explain that? It's almost like an old man feeling where he's like, I don't care about what the old biddies are gossiping about. I don't care about gossip. I think he kind of viewed like people's privacy as like getting into their gossip and stuff, and he didn't want that. He just wanted to love them. But now that he's on the other side, he's looking down. He's like, I should have gotten involved. It's not that I was getting into their gossip or into their business. That's what love does. It gets involved.
Yeah, I talk to him every week, but it was me calling him. And
He's
we
taking
were apart for many, many years, and then we reconnected 4 years ago, and that was because I showed up.
And as you say that, I see the thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you sign. And I think that's why that would make sense to me, why he's showing me that when he got to that side, he saw it from a different perspective and saw that it was his responsibility. And again, he just made me feel like he really thought that he had, when you said you were separated for 4 years, there's this feeling of like, well,
it was 14.
oh, 14.
He's been back in all this
For 4, that's okay. So when you say that though, the feeling that I get from him is that it's almost like he felt like he didn't deserve to be there or something. It was like water under the bridge or something. And when you healed that, I don't think he knew what to do with it because he was forgiven and he was loved and all of those things. But you have to understand that your dad had some inner turmoil going on. I don't want to say demons, but I want to say turmoil. The way I feel it by the relief he's expressing is that he had a lot of things he didn't discuss that he just tried to bury down. You understand that? He said, this is just the beginning of a new era. This is just the beginning, and that he's not gone. He's still here, and he will communicate with you, but he wants you to pay attention to the synchronicity and coincidence, which is interesting. Then he laughs when he says that. He goes, I so would not have believed any of this if I was here. I can't even believe I'm saying this. That's so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, but listen, I am utilizing synchronicity and coincidence, and I am never going to stop talking to you. I'm free of whatever these guilts are. He carried a lot of guilt, I got to say, and he's free of that now. And he just can't wait to love you up the way that you deserve. He said there's a birthday or something coming up, and he will be there. He will be there. Who's it? Is this May?
My husband and I's anniversary.
There you go. He'll be there for that. He said he's excited to be able to celebrate it with you this time. And I hope you will celebrate it. Interesting when he says it that way. He says, please celebrate it. Please find love. Please find joy. Don't allow yourself to get wrapped up in this pain, sweetheart, because pain will, when you feel pain, you pull more pain into you. And he's like, I can't change everything that happened with my physical body, but I feel nothing but extraordinary gratitude for the love that you gave him at the end.
I tried.
Trust me, he knows. He absolutely knows. And I, as he's pulling his energy back, he's showing me that safety net again. And he shows me both you and your son. So I don't know what that means, but I think that you're going to find out about this soon enough.
I feel like I may have received a sign yesterday from him, but I don't know if it was him or
It,
what it was.
when you say you feel like it is, yes, that's all I can say is yes, 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 yes. You have to understand the signs of the universe are very subtle, right?
It was really creepy. My phone rang after I got a very nasty message from his stepmom. And shortly after that, my phone rang, and it was my dad's number, and it rang off the ring. And hung up.
Yeah, because your dad knew. He's trying to tell you, look at what does that symbolize? She's doing that, and he's giving you a half ring, and that's not an accident. I just shaved my legs, and I have to go shave them again because every hair's standing up an inch. And he's like, exactly, I'm trying to give you signs and symbols that I'm aware that she's been a bitch to you. Now, I'm not going to say she's a bitch because I'm not judging anyone. I don't know the situation, but I do know that the way she's treating you is like that. And your dad knows. That's why he's trying to send you that sign. I knew. That's what he's been saying this whole time. I knew, sweetie. So I think that there is some change in the will, or there is something. I don't know what he means by safety net, but I know something is coming your way. There's some kind of energy or money or something that is coming your way from him. He did put something into place.
I just wanted ashes.
It could be that. All I know is he's showing me safety net. Safety net. He knew about this situation. He provided a safety net in case this would happen. So just ask him to show you what that is. Focus on the questions that we ask them are very important, because if we're asking about, things that are in the past or things that don't matter, then we don't really go further. We don't go in the future, right? But you have to ask about what is the safety net? Where, like, what did you leave me, but what do you want me to know? Because he's obviously wanting you to know about something that he did before he passed that you don't know about right now. Focus on those signs. He's like, you know what? I can't do those all the time. He's very strong still. Actually, I think maybe that could be why I got so weak before we started this. I actually had to lay down and have a nap today. I never do that because I have to raise my energy to read. But something this morning, the pain, the depression, are you feeling like you want to sleep all the time?
I haven't been able to sleep really since this happened.
You need to sleep.
Except for last night. Last night was the first time I slept the full night.
That's your dad. And that energy was so strong, hon, that I could still feel it this morning. And he had me sleeping until 10:30 this morning.
But he's with everyone. He's with my old pal.
Yeah. He's like, when you say that, he's like, oh, don't you worry. There's lots of time. He's going to be telling you about everybody that's coming forward. He's definitely got some relief to be reunited with the mother figure. He's making me feel like she passed suddenly, unexpectedly, or traumatically as well some time ago.
Honestly, we were surprised she lasted as long as she did.
All I know is he's so relieved to be reunited there. And then who's Bob? Because he just said, I'm with Bob. And Deb, is this for you? Because he's like pointing at someone on the screen going.
That's me.
They are absolutely together. And then I hear Double Trouble, and I'm seeing those Double Mint gum commercials of like twins and Double Trouble. Do you know what I mean? He's like, I'm glad that you're both members. We're going to talk much more. Don't you worry about it. He's going to get you so well versed in the synchronistic vibrational language of synchronicity and coincidence that whatever it is that you're trying to build over here is going to seem easy, because he's there to guide you now. He's not going to let you down again. He's in the non-physical body now, which means that his consciousness can see the big picture. And He has some making up to do. That's interesting. Then he shows me the 14. I have 14 years of making up to do. More than that, he said. He's doubled that. He said because he's got all those years before to make up for as well. So he's like, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's crazy that he said that. He was absent for quite a few years when I was younger.
That's what he said. So he's like, don't you worry, you're going to see him. He couldn't love you the way that you needed to be loved and the way that you deserve to be loved. He couldn't be the dad that you deserve to be here in the physical world because he was weighed down by the thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors that he had been stuck in for a very long time. Now that he's on the other side, he's free of those old ideas, those old beliefs, the old controls, and he's able to see the big picture and the truth. He's very much in love with you. Oh, that's interesting the way I heard that. He said, say it that way again. That's exactly how I meant it. I am in love with this girl. She is an amazing girl. I feel like he's seeing you differently on the other side because like you said, I don't feel that closeness here. It's almost like he didn't let himself get close enough to you because of, I don't know what his fear was or what his guilt was. It's almost like I have a guilt that I don't deserve this, or a fear that if I get too close, I'm going to hurt her again. I don't want to do that. But now that he's on the other side, it's just pure, intense love. So he can't always make that phone ring. That takes a lot of energy, but he is going to be sending tons of signs and symbols. So keep watching for them. Write them down, he says, so that when you call in again next time and he brings them up, you'll know what he's talking about because he's showing me checking off some of the list. He's loving this, by the way. He's wishing that he would have really believed in this when he was here in the physical world. He's like, maybe I wouldn't have been so crunchy. That's the way he puts it, crunchy.
Yeah, he was pretty crunchy.
He loves you, Michelle. He loves you very much. Please keep talking to him.
I need to know if he got my message. I need to know.
The ones that you're writing down? Because when you say, did he get your messages? What he showed me is that there's some written down. There's some you've said in thought. There's some on like electronics. So I don't know if you did something on Facebook or something. Do you understand?
Which I got in a lot of trouble for. But
So yes, he's received your messages from all platforms, you see. And he said, keep writing, but write to him. Don't worry about making it public. He can hear everything you think and everything you feel. He can hear it and he will respond. But you have to focus on receiving the responses instead of the despair. Because if you're focused on the despair, you're not going to receive the responses. You'll be like, I don't know, is that coincidence? Is that whatever? Like, come on, you got a phone call from your dad who's not here anymore, a half a ring, and you're like, I wonder if that's a coincidence.
I thought it was my stepmom maybe calling to just, take me in more.
Do you know what? That's what pain does. I want you to hear that's exactly what your dad was just saying. If he tries to send you a message and you're in a vibration of pain, that message is going to be translated as a negative thing. If you're in the vibration of love and connection with your dad, then that message is translated as a sign.
It just made no sense because it was just so bad.
Exactly. That's why you have to understand. That's why he's saying, focus on the signs, sweetie. Get out of the pain. I know you're upset. I want you to get mad. I want you to go and do something to get that anger out. Don't try to stuff it down. If you try to stuff it down, it festers. So my favorite thing, there's this song by L7 called Shit List. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
No, but I want.
Oh, download it. I recommend it. It's by L7. It's called Shit List. It's like, you made my shit list. And it's like a heavy metal song. And you blare that sucker. And you just like, get all that angry energy out. Get it out, get it out, get it out. And it's kind of like when you cry until you can't cry anymore. And all the energy's gone. And then you wake up the next day and you feel better. Honey, you've been carrying a lot of energy a lot of anger that you haven't expressed for a very long time, not just since your dad's death. You need to go and scream and get it out and just spend a couple of minutes expelling it and then do something to refill yourself. So when you expel that energy, it's like dumping it all out of your cup. And now you got to refill it with what you want in your cup, which would be meditation, focused visualization. Now is the time. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You can do this, and your dad is there in the non-physical world to help you do this. He's not going to go away and not send you any signs. He's absolutely going to connect with you as much as you will allow him. But you have to be in a vibration to receive it the way that he's sending it. Does that make sense? Deep breath, sweetie. We're going to talk again soon. And I want you to talk to him. Remember, what I do is not just pass on messages from spirit. I teach you to communicate with spirit so that you never feel their loss again. I hope this was helpful, honey.
It was. It's probably the only kind of closure I'm gonna get.
He's like, oh no, we're not done. This ain't closure. This is just the opening of a new door. This is not closure, honey. This is just the beginning of a new thing. It's like if he moved to Germany, would you be like, well, that's closure. Bye, you're gone. No, you'd find a new way to communicate.
Wow. I can't believe you just said that. That's where he's from.
Ha! See?
Wow.
It's not an accident. He's still here, sweetie. He's still here. This is not closure. This is the beginning of a new type of communication, a new type of love, a deeper type of love from your dad than you've ever felt. It's not physical, but it is emotional. It's in the heart. You will feel it. I'm sorry, honey, and I hope that this was
No,
helpful.
that's okay. It really helps. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Have a much better day, okay?
Thanks. You too.
All right, honey. Take care. Bye. Okay, guys. Wow. The hardest part about doing these groups is switching in between Spirit and Deb. You're still here, so I can still, these people are still connected to you. So Bob, I think your husband, he never misses a beat. He's like reaching down with flowers and he kissed your cheek and I'm hearing vroom, vroom, vroom. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. What does that mean?
My sports car.
What is with the sports car? Are you just going to do something? He's like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's quick. It's soon. I don't know what this means.
Well, the weather's changing, so I'll be able to get it out of storage and
There we go.
get it on the road.
And he'll be with you. Okay, so Michelle Webb, I'm going to you for a minute.
Hi.
Hi. So we're going to do a grounding connecting exercise. As you saw in the beginning, it helps me get connected to your exercise, or to your energy. So if I can get you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for me for a minute. Oh my gosh, did you just get nervous or was that your loved ones? Because I
got nervous.
I felt my stomach go blonk. I'm like, okay, stop that. Okay, here we go. I want you to close your eyes. And when I'm done talking, I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight towards me and give me a minute to focus. Aw, okay, slow down. Okay, so you can go ahead and get comfortable. This beginning part, I call this the puzzle dump because it's like there's this huge dump of information coming at me, but I'm not sure how it all fits. So I'm going to describe everything I'm seeing and then we'll go back and figure out how it fits, okay?
Okay.
Right away, I see two people come forward holding hands. That's my symbol that they were together or married in the physical world. There's great relief to be reunited again. So that's like one passed significantly before the other, or there's a heart going around the two of them, which is my symbol for healing. So there's great relief to be reunited and healed. So I'm not sure exactly what that means. One could have passed a long time before the other, and it was hard on the other one that was here, or they were separated for a long time and they've healed on the other side. I'm not sure exactly how to interpret that yet, but they have the person that's underneath of them. So I'm guessing that's like grandparents or great grandparents because they're bringing forward the person that's underneath of them. I do hear daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, or someone who's on dad's side of the family. I get sick. I had a sick feeling in my tummy. Sometimes that can be addiction or just like somebody who was sick in the tummy. I'm not sure. There's definitely some grief around this person or some distortion of the energy, which grief or pain distorts the energy, kind of like water distorts sound. So you'll still hear, but it more sound like this. Yeah, slow this down. So I'm going to get them to stop right there. There's also something over here about a child or a young person. So I'm just, okay, stop. They're still going with a puzzle dump, but I need them to slow down. And this grief or anxiety, someone's taking me to the head. Okay, stop, slow down. Okay, I want to go to the two people here holding hands. Do you understand that one passed a long time before the other one?
Yeah, on both sides, my mom and my dad's side. On my dad's side, the husband died, and then my grandmother died many years, like 30 years afterwards. And on my mom's side, my grandma died about, I don't know, 15 years before my grandfather. And it really, the alcoholism is on my mom's side. My grandfather was a raging alcoholic and
That's where we're
just
going.
went off the rails when my grandmother died.
And I'm highly allergic to alcohol, highly allergic. So the fact that as I try to tune into his energy, I get sick makes perfect sense. So what's going on, that makes sense why it was like compounding on me here, because that there's a little bit of piggybacking there. So because both sets of grandparents are on the other side and they both understand that message, they utilize that to get through. But then it was your mom's family, I feel like, that is really trying to come through here. Because I'm getting that sickness. And remember when she said she was making a point, because who they are is not just, it's not enough for me to just say grandma or grandpa. They have to provide the details that help you understand who they are. And so by her showing me that heart going around the two of them and emphasizing that they've got that healing now. So your other grandparents that are on the other side, your dad's parents, they didn't have to have that same type of healing. I see that they loved each other and there's great relief to be reunited, but that's a little bit different than the way I feel it from mom's side. Yes, there's relief to be together, but to be healed. Because the thing is, I feel like your grandma on mom's side loved her husband. She loved him. He might have been an alcoholic, but she loved who he was in the beginning. She just wanted her husband back. And I think that's why she stayed as long as she did. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do.
Who's the person that's underneath of them, hon? Because they're bringing forward. So is one of your parents on the other side?
Yeah, that's my mom.
I thought so. Oh, goosebumps all over. And you see how I said that there is distortion in the energy from the grief or anxiety. When you say this, your mom's making my head and my neck hurt. Do you understand that?
I think so.
You validated it, and then she took it away. How did you understand that pain?
Well, she had a freak accident. She had a fall, and then she ended up developing pneumonia and went on a ventilator and died 3 weeks later, but she was only 58, so totally unexpected.
And then as you say that, she made me feel that pain in her head. Did she hurt her head when she had this fall?
I don't know. I think she fell hard, but I don't know where she hit. She, like I said, she was on a ventilator, so.
She's absolutely not in any pain on the other side anymore. She's saying this. She's showing me this. Now I'm getting lots of information from her now. She shows me this, which is my symbol for very close or like best friends. Were you like best friends with your mom?
In the end, we were, yeah.
She shows, funny, because she's showing me, not funny, but she's showing me distance and space. And then she said ×2. So distance and space is my symbol for either physical distance or emotional distance or of some sort. And then I see this. So kind of like Michelle earlier, who you were hearing, had initiated the reconnection with her dad. I'm feeling kind of the same thing around you, the thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Did your mom also have some addiction issues or some alcohol issues?
Yeah, she was an alcoholic as well.
Just like her dad, because see, these things, these are what I call the chains of generational curses that get passed down from generation to generation to generation. It's not that we mean to, it's that we see our parents and our grandparents and this is normal for them. So then we adopt these behaviors. And she looks at you and she shows me this, but she's like a gorilla, really, really, really hard. This is my symbol for pride. And she keeps showing me this. You don't drink, do you?
Not very much, no.
Your mom's funny. She's like, take that last part out. Not very much. She crossed that out. She's like, she doesn't drink, right?
That sounds like her.
Because she never wants you to go down that path. And because you are the link in this family chain that breaks that generational curse. Your children and your grandchildren are never going to suffer that emotional abuse that comes from that chain because you are strong enough to fight it. She's extremely proud of you. She's taking some responsibility for the way that she died. Was she intoxicated when she had this fall, honey?
She may have been. She was at the airport going to board a plane, so
Yep.
it's quite likely.
That's every time I go there, she takes me to the head and my head is dying. So she's making me feel like this is exactly, she just was not in her right mind. She wasn't in her right head. She's taking responsibility for that. She's showing me the child. Did your mom lose a child? Do you understand that? She's got a lot of relief to be reunited with the child on the other side. So I don't know if she lost a child or somebody around her lost a child, but there is either, it could be a baby, it could be a miscarriage, abortion, something like that. But there is huge relief to be reunited with the child.
I don't know. I'm an only child, so I don't know if there was any miscarriages.
When you say that, she shows me secrets. She shows me secrets. Is there a lot of stuff in your family you don't know?
Related to my mother, probably. She was a very private person.
You know what
So-
she's doing right now? She's trying to explain, I think. She's showing me that she went through a bunch of stuff that she never wanted you to know about. And that was the reason why she wasn't able to get rid of this. Because I feel like you just wanted her to stop. That's all you wanted. And you didn't understand why she couldn't stop. And she's making me feel like you almost thought that it was, she didn't love you enough or whatnot, that it, you know what I mean? And she's like, no, I just had all of these stressors and all of this stuff that happened in my past. And I didn't know how to deal with that. I didn't know how to forgive myself. I didn't know how to let go. And this is where it took me. She put the graduation cap on your head and again does this. Graduation cap is my symbol for graduating. So if that doesn't mean in school, then you have just graduated to a new place in life. I see the ring going on your finger. Are you married, hon?
No, I was married. But I'm in a relationship with somebody.
Who is wonderful. Did you hear how that came out? Sorry, I heard that come out of my mouth. That's what she said. He is wonderful. She is so happy that you are with somebody that makes you feel better. Here's the thing. I like the way she worded that. It makes you feel better than the relationship that you were in before. But she wants you to strive for more than better. She wants you to strive for intensely happy. Do you understand that? I almost feel like you're afraid to be intensely happy because you've seen a lot of relationships turn into dysfunction once they solidify. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
What I mean by this, once they solidify, is when you've seen a lot of people, like, have you ever seen couples where they'll be together for like 5 or 10 years and everything's great, and then they get married and they divorce the next year? It's like the second that there's a commitment, it all goes to shit. You know what I mean? It's almost like up here, there's some kind of subconscious programming that you have where there's a fear to get too close to anyone because they might have the power to hurt you. They might have the power for this to go down drain. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
She said you don't have to worry about that anymore because if there is anything you need to know about anyone, this is what she's doing. She's like, I'm watching. I know how to utilize the synchronicity and cooperative incident stuff now, and I'm not drunk anymore. I am clear. So if I see anyone doing anything you need to know about, she's going to align that into your path so you know. She wants you to be able to open your heart and trust because there's a feeling of being a little bit in survival mode. And we don't flourish when we're in survival. We don't grow in survival. We run, we hide, we close up, and we can't grow and flourish. She wants you to grow and flourish. And again, she's putting the graduation cap on your head. Did you graduate something recently? Do you know what she's talking about?
Uh, yeah, I'm always taking extra courses, so I'm thinking about making a change, as I retire or whatever. So I'm doing some yoga certifications and some holistic nutrition courses.
Oh, the pride. That's all she's like, yeah. She's freaking out. She loves this. And it's interesting because she's making me feel like she wouldn't even understand it if she was here in the physical world.
That's very true.
She's so proud of you. She kissed your cheek and she's like, I love you. 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 She's just overemphasizing that, which they usually do that if they didn't say it enough here in the physical world. And by the way, she said, don't you dare cut your hair. Don't you dare cut her hair. Tracy, tell her not to cut her hair. Have you been thinking about this lately?
Every once in a while it goes through my head, but with COVID, everything's closed.
She loves it. I don't know. It's one of those mother things. I feel her playing with your hair and talking about how much she loves your hair. Interesting. As she's pulling her energy back, see, there's other family members over here. Remember, I was hearing Daddy's hands, but she's pushing them away. She's like, get out of here. It's my turn. But I do smell smoke. Is your dad also on the other side?
No.
Dad. I think it's like grandfather or something. Somebody's smoking back there.
My grandparents smoked. My mom smoked, was a closet smoker.
She's with the gentleman that smoked over there as well. To the side, to the side, to the side. Does she have a brother over there?
She does have a brother.
And did he smoke?
I think he smoked when he was younger. I don't think he smoked in the end.
Huh. I think she's got him smoking again. They do that all the time. They show me this on the other side because they're like, you can't kill me twice. I'm good. She just wants you to know she's happy and that they're doing what they like on the other side, that she's with everyone that she loves. You're Sheila's guest again, right?
Yeah.
Because she just said thank you to you, Sheila. She goes, by the way, I can help you with the glasses. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Is that for me or Michelle?
Yes, for you.
Oh, I have an eye infection and I just saw the eye doctor on Thursday and I need to get, in addition to reading glasses, I need distance now for the first time in my life. So thanks, Michelle's mom.
So as a thank you for setting her up with this, she wants you to know that you're going to get a really good deal on those glasses, or there's going to be some kind of synchronicity or coincidence to say thank you for sharing this with her daughter.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's pretty cute. She's pulling her energy back, Michelle. I hope this was helpful.
It was, thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. Yes, I'm going to go to the other Michelle. Mandy, don't go away. Hold on. Whew, I got to admit, Michelle, you're a little harder to read because your heart's just going like this. Am I getting Michelle? No, it's not Michelle. They just said, wrong name. She won't know who you're talking to. Elizabeth, I'm talking to you. She just turned her camera off because she thought I wasn't talking to her. Yes, I'm talking to you, but I'm calling you Michelle. The old energies are going, the new ones coming in. Your loved ones told me I was calling you the wrong name, so I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, honey. What I say? There we go. Yes, now I can hear you. Nope, now I can't hear you. I laugh because I think Spirit's messing with you. I can't hear you again. I did for a second.
Hear me?
I heard that. Say something again.
Hello.
There we go. Now I can hear you. Okay, I'm going to come and read for you, but I want you to take a big deep breath for me. Because grief and anxiety act as a distortion in the energy, kind of like water distorts sound, right? So it makes it a little bit trickier for me to connect. And I can feel that there's a lot of grief or anxiety around you. Your heart is just doing this. So every time I try to come to you, it's like it kicks me back out again. Can you still hear me? Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's do this. I'm not sure who you are, but let's do this. Okay, not you, them. So I want you to put both feet flat on the floor for me. Close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath. Picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight towards me and give me a minute to focus. Wow, okay. Definitely some grief or anxiety around somebody's passing. You heard me talk about the puzzle dump earlier, right? You're familiar with the term the puzzle dump? Good. Here we go, because there's a big puzzle dump coming in, but it's very fuzzy because there's a lot of distortion here. So there's somebody that passed suddenly, unexpectedly, or traumatically before we think of as their time. They are surrounded by white lighters. White lighters are beings on the other side that are pure white light, and their job is to help souls heal. So typically I will see them surround somebody who either takes responsibility for their passing, committed suicide, or whose passing was sudden, unexpected, or traumatic in such a way that there's a lot of healing needed for the person that passed or the people that are left behind. I do get young or younger person. Do you know who this is?
My mom.
She's also, you see me itching my face everywhere. That's my symbol for disfigurement, or my body was not looking the same way it was supposed to at the end of my life. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
She's showing me the brain scoop. She doesn't want you to remember her that way. She doesn't want you to remember that. She's saying, remember me when I was young and beautiful. And she's showing me like pictures from like the 70s or something and like this beehive or something. She's like beautiful. She's literally showing me 70s. You say no, but she said, yep, stay there then. She didn't know what I mean. Something about big hair. So here's the thing. You have to understand, they can only show me what's in my library, my thoughts, feelings, and experiences. She's very much telling me something about big hair and a picture. Very specific. Thank you. Big hair and a picture. I don't know what that means. Put that over here for a second. Again, I'm doing this. Everything was sudden, unexpected, so quick. All I can feel is the tragedy around it. I do feel sick to my stomach. I don't know how to understand this. And there's a lot of confusion here. I'm not sure what the confusion is. There is somebody that is behind her as well. So that comes forward that has taken me to the brain that has dementia, Alzheimer's, confusion, stroke, aneurysm, something like this. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Who is that? Her mom. And grandma passed before your mom? Please know that they're together. And there's a huge relief for them to be together. Do you understand that? She's like, oh, again, she's showing me the heart. So there's relief and healing that they're together. But in this case, it almost makes me feel like the healing comes from being together. It's like one of those situations where when she's gone, it's like she's ripped from my life and that hurt and I don't get healed until we're back together. Do you understand that? There's a smoker there because somebody just blew smoke in my face and said, do I get to comment? Do I get to talk? Who's the smoker? I can't hear you, honey. Your mom? She's like, do you see how beautiful my girl is? Do you see how beautiful she is? She shows me distance or space, which is my symbol for either being a distance away, physically, emotionally, and then the holding of the hands. That's interesting. Usually the holding of the hands is my symbol for somebody who was with me when I took my last breath. But she's also emphasizing distance or space, and I'm not sure what this means. Do you understand this?
Yeah, I was holding her hand when she died.
Did you have to travel to go see her?
No, not really. Hungry.
So then what does this mean? Because she's not changing what she says. She's very grateful. So just so you know, when I feel the holding of the hand, I feel immense gratitude. But she's emphasizing somebody came from far away. Somebody came from far away.
My sister had to travel.
She's thanking her for that. This feels recent. Do you understand that? How long ago was this, hon?
10 years, but it feels recent.
It feels like yesterday. It
Mhm.
literally feels like yesterday. And she said, you know why, Tracy? Because for the last 10 years, I've been dead. That ends today. She wants you to know that she's not gone, sweetheart. Everything in this world is vibrational. Okay. The physical body vibrates very, very slow so that we can touch and interact with each other. The soul vibrates really, really, really fast, kind of like the blades of a fan that get going around so fast you can see right through them. They become invisible, but that does not mean that they are not here. They are absolutely here. She's also showing me like flames. Have you ever seen a flame that you can't see in the light, but you turn the light off and it's blue and you see it? There's vibrations in this world that we can't see with our physical eyes, but that does not mean that she's gone. She said that you have spent the last 10 years living with overwhelming synchronicities and coincidences, and you've been just passing them off as coincidences. Today is the day that you understand that is her soul talking to you. That's why they utilize, that's why you're one of the last persons to be read, because she wanted you to hear everything else so that you could understand how this vibrational language works. Do you understand that? She said, talk about the dream, talk about the dream, talk about the dream. Did you have a scary dream about her, or you didn't have a dream about her? You didn't have one? And you're wondering why you didn't? Well, the reason why is because our dreams are very literal interpretations of how we feel. It's kind of like at the end of the day, our brain is processing everything that's going on in our subconscious, right? So it's like your computer. When you close your computer at night, you got to close all the individual windows. But our brain interprets things very literally. So if I said to you, let's say you put your foot in your mouth. What does that mean? It means you said something you shouldn't have said, right? If you put your foot in your mouth in the physical world, in your physical reality, and everybody was laughing at you or something and it was humiliating, when you go to bed and you're processing that, you will see yourself in your dream eating your foot with a knife and fork, and everyone in your dream will be laughing at you. If you were horrified by whatever you said, then you'll still be eating your foot with a knife and fork, but there'll be blood and guts, and it'll be a horror dream to represent how you feel. So what happens when somebody passes is that if the dead come before we have made peace with our grief, then we distort their message. I had a lady come and see me once, a month after her mom had died, and her mom were best friends. And her mom had passed suddenly from a heart attack, just dropped quickly in front of her. And she came to me a month after she passed, just in hysterics, because she said that she was dreaming every night that her mom was chasing her with a knife and trying to kill her. And she's like, why is my mom so angry with me? Why? I don't understand. We were best friends. I love her to pieces. And I had to explain to her that her mom is not mad at her at all, that she loves her so much. She keeps trying to come to her in her dreams. But because this woman felt like her mom's death killed her, that's how she's perceiving her mom's visit, as it's killing her, because that's how she feels about her mom's death. Your mom loves you so much, she's not going to chance you waking up and remembering a distorted dream that way. But please make no mistake, that doesn't mean that you have not dreamt about your mom. You have, because we have about 50 different dreams every single night, and we only remember the dreams that we wake up during. You don't remember the dreams that you had before that one. You only remember the dreams you wake up during. And she has not allowed you to wake up during one of her visits yet until it is perfect. She's a bit of a perfectionist. She wants it perfect. She wants her baby girl waking up knowing she visited her, not waking up feeling like you lost her all over again. You understand? She's extraordinarily proud of you for the achievements you've made in the last few years. She's talking about night and day. She's showing me night and day that you went from darkness or challenge, very extreme darkness and challenge, to thriving now. Do you understand that? She's also showing me standing right beside you when there's a child given to you. Did you have a baby? You have a child?
I got 2 daughters.
Those came after your mom was born, after your mom passed?
No, before.
Okay, so she's very much, I don't know why she's showing me this. She's showing standing beside me when there is a child placed in your arms. So was your mom a big part of their lives?
Huge.
Was she there when they were born?
Yeah.
Oh. She said, when I said that, she goes, and I will be there when they die. Not for a very long time, but I will be watching over them every step of the way. She's thanking you for the memorial that you guys did for her. I don't know what that means. You understand that?
Yeah.
I feel like it gets repeated. It's something that we continue to do for Grandma. You understand this?
No, not really. This is Christmas stuff.
I don't know what this is. She's showing me the rose, which is my symbol for birthday, anniversary, or something that happens once a year. I feel like I'm emphasizing the once a year thing. There's a memorial, a celebration, something that we do for her every single year, but she's including the girls. And I kind of feel she's showing me pictures and memories and stuff. I wonder if she's talking about that you have managed to include her in their lives still for the last 10 years, even if she's not here physically. But there's something that you're doing all the time to remind them that she's here.
She was huge into holidays, so I do that with my kids every year, every holiday.
When you said that, she said, you know how frickin' proud I am of you for that? Oh, she didn't say frickin'. Did your mom have a colorful vocabulary by any chance?
She did.
She's like, why didn't you say my word, Tracy? She said she knows how bleeping hard that was for you at certain times, because I see my friend Tammy, who, when her grandma died, every time she puts up the Christmas tree, she bawls like a freaking baby. And she's like, this is my girl. It's so freaking hard for her. But at the same time, she does it every year for these girls. And you don't just put up the tree and celebrate the holidays. You put up the tree, celebrate the holidays, and talk about her. She's there when you do that. She loves what you did with the tree this year. She's like, oh my God, you should have seen it. And she's like bragging. What did you do this year? She's making me feel like you did it differently. Or was there 2 trees?
No, just one, but I put all her decorations that she made on it this year.
There you go. She knows. She absolutely knows, because you don't usually do that, right?
No.
She's like, see, I was there. I was there. She said that you're doing a really great job as a mom. She's showing me the pinky finger. She's making me feel like you have more mothering ability in your pinky finger than she did in her whole body, and she's incredibly proud of you. And then she said, Tracy, make sure you tell her, oh, that's interesting. Slow it down. She shows me the gray around that. So I don't know if you've had some challenging parenting issues recently, because she just said that phrase to me. She goes, remind her that bad parents don't go to bed at night praying to be better parents. Only good parents do that. There is no such thing as a perfect parent, okay? There's no such thing. We do the best we can, and that's all we can do. And you love those girls so much. That's all you have to do, is just love them with every ounce of your heart, and you will know what to do. And you've got to remember to give yourself credit for that, because if you don't give yourself credit for the things that you're doing right, it'll be really easy to slip into the wrong. You're doing a great job. She's putting the white blanket around your shoulders. I'm feeling a little bit of isolation here. Are you single?
Yeah, separated.
I can feel the isolation around you. She said, stop looking at stop looking at things through rose-colored glasses. She's making me feel like there's a part of you that's looking back at this relationship and you're seeing only the good stuff in it, and you're forgetting the bad. Do you understand?
Bullseye.
She said, listen, we are moving forward. We are not moving into the past. The only reason that you keep looking at the past is because you don't know how to look in the future. Here's the thing, honey. What do you want? What do you want? What is your perfect world? I want you to understand what? That you need to be a little more specific than that, right? That's why you're not happy yet, because what does that mean? You have to be specific. I want you to understand something. That's why you're not happy, because you don't know what you want. That's like going into a buffet restaurant and saying, I'm starving, and then going, perfect, you can have anything on the menu. What do you want? Well, I don't know. I just want to be full. Well, what does that mean? I just want to be full. You have to define, what do you want to be full of, right? I want you to understand, everything in this universe is created vibrationally before it's created physically. Now, what I mean by that is everything starts out as an idea. Idea is the first vibration. So this iPhone started out as somebody's idea, right? It didn't just pop into the universe as something we'd never seen before. Oh, cool, look at this, a smartphone. Where'd this come from? No idea, just popped into the world. That's not how it works. It starts as somebody's idea. That's a vibration. That vibration gets thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker until we match speech with it. Now, speech has a vibration as well. And so we have thought and speech going around. We're thinking about it and talking about it so much until we like draw plans or make a model or something like that. And now that vibration is even bigger until then we manifest it into the physical reality. But it doesn't just pop into the physical reality. You have to manifest it in the vibrational reality first if you want to see it in your physical reality. The reason why you're thinking about the past and you're seeing the good from the past is because that's easy to see. It's like back there, right? It's your old vibrational that's already been created. But if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. You have to see new. You have to create a new vibrational reality for you and your daughters. Here's the thing. Here's the beautiful, amazing part of this is that your job, our job is not to try to worry about how to get from where we are to where we want to go. That's not our job. We think that's our job. That's why everyone gets so stressed, because we think we got to figure out the how. How do I get here? That's not our job. Our job is to have a good idea of what we want. And then we have non-physical loved ones, your mom, your grandma, your grandpa, all of these people that I can see over here, and God himself, they use the non-physical vibrational energies to align you with what you've asked for. You don't have to try. They will just pull you into that. It is literally that simple. Your job is to create the vibrational reality. Your job is to imagine. Your job is to get up every day and say, okay, what does my perfect world look like? I'm going to give you some homework. I want you to get up in the morning and I want you to close your eyes and I want you to picture yourself waking up in your perfect world. I want you to define your perfect world. What does your perfect world look like? When you get up, are you in a big bedroom with a off-suite bathroom and a walk-in closet, like was in my freaking head for a long time until it just showed up in my world? What does your perfect world look like? Are you married? Are you working? Where are you working? How do you spend your time? I want you to define that and vibrationally create it. And your mom loves you so much. This is how she talks to you. This is how she shows you that she's still here, by aligning you with everything that you have vibrationally created. And then there is absolutely zero doubt that she's still here. You understand that? She said this is the time that she is not dead anymore. As of today, she's not dead, and she's going to prove to you she's not dead. Think of her as Mrs. Invisible. She is still here. You've got to be specific, because the dead communicate much like a GPS. So what I mean by that is that if you put into your GPS and say, tell me what grocery store to go to, your GPS isn't going to pick one and tell you how to get there, is it? Your GPS is going to give you a list of all the grocery stores nearby and say, you choose, because we have free will in this physical reality. They are not allowed to choose for us. But when we choose what we want, that's like putting into your GPS saying, how do I get to Walmart? Now, when you're specific, your GPS will pop out a map and give you voice instructions along the way, right? So when you're specific and you say to your mom, not just happy, you say, Mom, I want a 5-bedroom house and $1 million a year and a really great job and all of this stuff, they literally line you up with it. You can think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, I started out with money. When they started telling me that this works, I was like, oh yeah, if this works, it'll work with money. So I started picturing myself winning money, realized I didn't gamble. So then I started buying scratch tickets and stuff like this. And it was about a week later that a friend of mine messaged me and she's like, Tracy, I signed up on this slot site, this online slot site thing. And if I refer a friend, I get $50 free. So can you just put 20 bucks in and play a little bit for me so that I get my free 50 bucks? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I put my 20 bucks in and I won $2,500. And that was only a week after seeing myself winning money every day, seeing myself winning money, feeling it, spending it in my head, doing all that stuff, right? So then I was like, woohoo, this works for that. Okay. So I started using it for my THM center that I want to put up, which is a center where I'll be able to have big group readings for 150 people and do it twice a week and all of that kind of stuff. And I just kept visualizing my center until a week before Christmas, a contractor came and sat down on my couch and offered me $250,000 buildup and 9 months free rent. I didn't have to try. I didn't even ask. They came to me. That's your mom is going to do that for you. She's going to help align you with whatever you want. And when she does, when you ask her, when you say, Mom, this is what I want, and then bam, there it is, you know that's from her. And you feel her energy like a hug. You understand that? She said tattoo. And then she's like, I love you. And I see like writing. Did you get a tattoo for your mom?
A tattoo with her name, the wings off of her urn, and the year she was born and died.
Oh,
So she knows. And she loves that.
wow.
She goes, you know what? I feel like she's trying to give you encouragement. Are you moving or you're thinking about moving?
I'm moving on Wednesday.
She's trying to help you. She's like, come on, honey. I want you to focus on the good stuff about moving. Stop seeing the pain. Stop seeing the pain. You are immersed in the pain and your emotions are magnetic. They are contagious. So what you put out, you pull back to you. So if you're seeing the pain, that's why you're tempted to go back to the old, because the old matches that frequency. You got to create a new frequency for yourself. You got to create anything you want is possible. I promise you. Don't worry about how to get from where you are to what you want. Just keep picturing it. You understand? She loves you so much. She's kissing you all over and she's talking really, really fast. And she's just saying over and over and over again, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And she's like, thank you for please giving me back my daughter, because she's making me feel like being out of communication is the hardest thing. She sends you coincidences and synchronicities all over the place, but you don't understand that they're her. There is no such thing as coincidence. Well, there is, but it doesn't mean random and fluke. Coincidence means cooperative incidences. Cooperative incidences is the language of spirit. It is the vibrational language of spirit. Does that make sense? This is going to be an intensely loving and amazing year for you, because now that you're going to wake up every morning. Wanda, can you put your mute on for me, hon?
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's okay, thank you. When you start embracing these ideas and thinking more about where you want to go than where you've been, you'll start heading in that direction. But it's kind of like, these are our cars, right? You don't get in your car and think about McDonald's and then wind up at the grocery store. You have to think about where you're going to get there, right? You have to vibrationally create that route in your head before you get in your car. If you're going to a new address you've never been, you have to put it into your GPS and you have to ask for directions and help to get there, right? Same thing in life. If you're wanting to get to somewhere you've never been, you have to plug it into your GPS, your vibrational creation, and let your loved ones and God align you with what you're asking for. This is going to be an intensely amazing year for you. She's very proud of you for not giving up. I feel like you almost gave in to going back, but I don't think you should. I'm not saying that it might not be repairable. Maybe it is, but unless and until he's willing to meet the boundaries that you put up, you should not go back. You understand that? She's finishing off with what my grandmother used to say. She's this little old French lady, and she used to say to me, Tracy, men are like a buses. There is another one around the corner every 5 minutes. Be careful which bus you get on, because if you get on the wrong bus, it's going to take you to Chinatown. It'll take you 5 years to get back to this spot. Do you understand that statement? I didn't understand it when I was a kid, but I sure as heck get it now, because you get in one wrong relationship and it can take you so far off track that it takes you a year or 5 years to get back to that healthy state you were at before you even met that person. She's like, that's what happened last time. But this time there is somebody over here waiting for you. But I think you got to be single for a while. I think you've got to see yourself through those single independent eyes, so that somebody, when they come into your life, they will see you as that person, because that's who you want to be. You want to be independent. You want to be stable. You want to be prosperous and successful, and you want somebody to view you that way. And if they come into your life and they don't view you that way, then you're not going to be as attracted to them. So you have to vibrate what you want them to see. You know what I mean? Give it a few years, and over this next year, all I know is they're aligning you with some type of career or destiny that I feel like you've been kind of wasting time over here instead of doing what you're called to do. And something about this move is pushing you closer and closer and closer to being where you know you need to be. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Please know she's here. She loves you so much. You have her necklace. What is she showing me? The necklace or the jewelry? She's talking about the necklace or the jewelry. She's pulling her energy back, and she literally, no, it's a necklace. I literally see her putting a necklace around somebody's neck. Did you just get your girls or someone a necklace? Is there something about a necklace? That's all I know, is it's very specific, the necklace.
My daughter got one for Christmas, just with her name on it.
With your daughter's name on it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a really good deal on that necklace?
Yeah.
That's your mom. You see, she's giving me that so that you can see that this is how she speaks to you now. You asked the universe to get you a good deal. The only way I can afford that is if I get a good deal. And then I heard, done. Here you go. Ask and you shall receive. You understand? I hope this was helpful.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And she just thanked your friend to the side as well. Okay, Mandy. You know what I hear all around you? Changes. All I feel this around you again. There is chaos around you in a good way, ordered chaos, because this chaos is pushing you to where you're supposed to be. Let's do this connecting exercise. Are you ready?
Ready? I have my crystal.
Perfect. All right. Ooh, my hair's sticking to the microphone. Okay, let's do this. Both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes. And when I'm done talking, I'm sorry. Sorry, Mandy. Let me try this again. Your loved ones just reached in and went, what the heck was that, Tracy? I'm sorry. They're making jokes. Try this again, Mandy. Close your eyes. Deep breath. I want you to picture that deep breath starting from your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and blow it straight towards me, and give me a minute to focus. Interesting. Not an accident that I did that or that I said that, Mandy. Have you? I'm feeling my toes are tingling like a SOB. Have you been having this lately?
No.
You say no, I don't feel no. Has it been itchy or like you understand?
Like
like I've been wanting to massage them.
Recently?
Like,
And you don't know
yeah,
why?
for like 2 weeks.
There's feeling coming back there. You understand?
I feel them all the time, but I've been wanting to massage them.
Yes, because that's exactly what they're talking about. Getting it going, getting things moving. I've been telling you for a long time, I see you walking again. And it's interesting because I've been reading you for a while. I know enough that you can't put your feet on the floor. And yet they made me say that. And then they stopped me to point out that they said that because they need you to know that's what's coming up for you. These changes and chaos and things that you are doing is moving you out of the old and into the new. The new is where all of the health and healing and everything is. The old is all the pain that kept you in that wheelchair. But that is being pushed out. You are moving towards something incredible. There's like extreme joy going on around you, and I'm seeing them cut it out. I haven't seen that in years. That's from, what's that show? Full House. Cut it out. I just dated myself, sorry. Sheila got it. I saw your face. She got it. Okay, anyway. Yeah, slow this down. You're not really focusing on the romantic relationships right now, are you? You are so focused on what you're doing and where you're going that it almost feels like a romantic relationship. It's like, this is my new love over here. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
They're throwing a party for you right now. They're throwing a party because as you focus your energies over here and not see, you had a habit in the past of not wanting to be happy unless you had somebody. And if you didn't have somebody, then you're like, well, I can't be happy. I can only be happy if I got someone. I can only focus on where I'm going if I have someone here first. And now you're like, I don't need that person. I'm going this way. And so now that you're focused on where you're going, things are happening very quick. Slow this down. I see your dad and your brother behind over here, but that big angel that comes out every time I talk to you does not want to let them close. Or like he's like, we're talking to me. But I feel like did you talk to your brother this recently? Did you ask him something or say something to him?
No.
Because he really wants to be on your team. He's asking if he can come forward with a message. I know you really usually hear from your angels, but he's wanting to come forward with a message. Because here's the thing, when you do things differently than you did in your past, you create a new energy and a new future. And your brother, who passed from being in immense pain because he was swallowed up in the past, when you cut yourself off from the past and immerse yourself in the new and in the future, you give him life on the other side and you help free him from all of that crap that he was in, all of that pain he was in. He's thanking you for that because he's living vicariously, not through you, but with you. He's watching what you do and he's learning how to expel the negative emotions and focus on the positive. It's interesting because your brother's in spirit. Did he commit suicide? Like there's the bang. Do you know what I mean? He's making me feel like your history, there is a line of mental or emotional up and down. Do you know what I mean? That's why they're celebrating so hard for you. I get it, because you're not giving yourself enough credit for how incredible this is, that you are falling in love with your life and your future. That is incredible. I feel like this is a new love for you. I just feel so much joy around you. Changes. Yes, I heard that. Everything is changing. Is there like massive changes all around you?
Yeah. I wish you were singing cha-cha-ching.
Well, we are, right? You're picturing cha-cha-ching up here. You're picturing the money coming in. You're getting up in the morning and you're picturing it. You're not worrying about the how, right? Right?
Yeah.
Because if you're worried about the how, you're actually moving yourself away from the cha-cha-ching. You can't worry about the how. They will align you with the how. Your job is to just visualize it and know it's coming. So when you say a statement like that to me, what that tells me is you're moving yourself away from the money, not closer to it, because your thought patterns are telling you that it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. You got to
No,
think
it's there.
coming and it's here, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
Yeah, it's there. I see it. It's growing. So I don't know what, do you remember when I was always having all this problems with my house, and I've been stable for the last like 6 months. So on yesterday I got a lawyer's letter saying that they want to evict me from the condo because of my dog that I love. Yeah, so they want the dog removed, or I will be removed in 2 weeks. So I'm not obviously going to get rid of my dog. But I took this, I'm taking this, and that's why I wanted to call you today. Is this to push me?
Yes, literally. That's when stuff like this happens. We're used to looking at unexpected things like this as trouble, but it's not. The universe will give us these issues. It'll highlight an issue. So put it this way. It's like, if you can think of each issue in your world like a stick, okay? Like a stick. This is the moving stick, okay? The moving stick hasn't been highlighted in your world for a while. But if it's highlighted right now, on each end of the stick, on this end of the stick, we have moving is very, 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 very bad. And on this end of the stick, we have moving is very, 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 very good. So when the stick gets highlighted, it's our job to choose which end we look at, right? What you just did shows me, because you're doing a lot better than you used to. That's something like that would happen in the past, and you'd be like, ah, you'd lose your shit. Now you're starting to understand, hey, that stick's getting highlighted. That means that something you've been asking for is ready. That means if you can think about it as a piece of fruit on a tree that's ripe. You keep saying you want to move to Dubai. That probably tells me that there is an opportunity that is ripe for the picking right now. So in order to get you to focus on the opportunity, they have to push you out of your comfort zone, right?
Okay, so is that like, that's how I felt, and then I was like, okay, I have to talk to Tracy. Let me just ask her.
That's exactly what it is. So get excited. When something like this happens, you got to learn to get excited, and you got to go, woohoo! Okay, God, this means that something is ready for me. Something is ripe. Something is ready, and you're going to show me where it is. And you just keep visualizing what you want, and then get up every day and look, and just keep looking, and you will be guided right to it. Right to it. That's exactly how it works. And it's going to be so much faster this time because you're not wasting time being mad about something. That is actually a gift.
And so that's like in 2 weeks. Does that seem like it's going to happen for me to be on a plane going to Dubai in 2 or 3 weeks?
Kind of. I do see a bit of a pause in there. I don't know what the legal letter I see is. See, you were allowed dogs when you moved in there, right?
Yeah.
Is he just barking a lot or something?
Well, he tried to murder another dog.
Oh,
You've met my dog.
your dog is gorgeous. I don't like dogs. Your dog is sweet and beautiful, and
Yeah, but the other dog
provoked it.
The other dog got near my wheelchair.
So that's exactly. I don't think that you need to leave as quickly as you think you have to leave. I don't know. See, that's all so foggy here. The thing is, when you ask me about something like this, has so many variables in it, for me, it's like looking into one of those kaleidoscopes, because there's like all these different options of what could happen, right? And it just depends on what you do and what you think about it, what you feel about it. I would say that I feel it within the next month or two. I'm not sure about 2 or 3 weeks, but 2 or 3 months for sure. So I think that even if they give you a letter like that, especially considering your situation and considering that your dog didn't go out of its way looking to cause trouble, this was another dog that approached you, and he's a, what do you call those dogs?
Service dog.
Service dog, that's right. So he did his job. He protected his person, right? And I think in that situation that you may have to stand up for yourself and say, that's fine, I'll leave, but I can't leave yet. You have to give me time to get out. You can't just expect me to have somewhere else to go like that. Like, they have to give you time. Do you know what I mean? They can't just say, oh, you're gone, bye. You know, this is, I feel, a little bit teaching you how to stand up for your rights in a good way without getting pissed off. It's giving you a situation that you have higher ground so that you can fight from the higher ground. And I do see you moving out of there because there's something else that is ripe and ready for you. But I think that you're going to challenge this situation a little bit, and it's going to work out better than you expect, because your view of it is not the same old, same old. Your view is looking out of the different window this time. Therefore, you're going to get different results than you've ever got before.
Okay. Yeah, I had to choose, like, if I'm going to fight, and then I thought, well, that will create a lot of disharmony for me. I can fight, but I do want to move anyways. So is this just like one of those synchronicities and
Yes.
kind of like maybe pushing me a little bit?
Whenever an issue like this gets highlighted in our lives, think about it as the fruit that is ripe for the picking. So for example, I lived in my other house for 3 years and I loved it there until the last like 4 or 5 months that I was there. It started to feel really small. It started to have all these things go wrong with it, and started to get lines in the roof and the ceiling and stuff because it was an old house, and all this stuff just started to break. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's telling me that it's time to move on. That's a message. I didn't get upset about all that stuff. I got excited about the place that was coming, and I started doing my focused visualization even more. And guess what? I ended up with exactly what I was visualizing: a bathroom, a bedroom with a bathroom ensuite, biggest bathroom in the house, and a walk-in closet that even has a window. So I'm telling you. And you know what? I walked in, the house was mine within the weekend. It's that easy. When an issue is highlighted, that means it's ready. It's ripe for the picking. So yes, you're absolutely, that's probably why when I look at your energy, or when I look at you, I can feel your energy going up and being so incredibly advanced from where it was. You're doing amazing. Your dog is okay.
My dog?
Yes.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He didn't get hurt.
No.
I love that. No, he's as big as me, Tracy. He didn't get it. But it wasn't like a pit bull or something, was it?
Well, my dog would destroy a pit bull. But no, it was a golden retriever. He didn't stand a chance.
Aw. I love golden retrievers too. I don't want to think about anybody being hurt, but the other dog is okay too, right? I've seen the cone, so he lived.
Yeah.
That's so funny. And your dog just taught him a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, that was all. I needed to just see if I was in the right vibe.
Absolutely you are. Absolutely you are. I'm very proud of you, because Mandy from like 6 months ago would have been stressing her freaking little head off right now. So you are doing amazing.
Okay, great. That's what I needed to
Go
hear.
get those feet massaged, because I do feel tingles and I do feel things starting to come alive again. So the fact that you're picking up that signal again is, we hear spirit as thought, right? We feel them as thought, just like you pick up the vibration of bread cooking through your nose. You pick up the vibration of our loved ones and our non-physical friends through your mind, through thought. So if you've got this overpowering thought, massage your feet, massage your feet, massage your feet, that's coming from them, and there's a reason. And that's because I think that slowly but surely, see, you're picturing yourself walking now. You're picturing things like this. And so as you do, you're creating things to happen here. So it's time for the next step. I'm so proud of you.
Yay. Okay, well, I'll be in the next Zoom meeting, so let's see how I'm doing. That's like, I think in a week or something.
Yes, it absolutely. Well, on March 25th is our next paid Zoom group.
Yeah, so we'll see if I've got my tickets then.
Awesome.
Okay, bye.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna let it go for here. Thank you guys for sticking out this whole time. I can't tell what time it is, but I think it's later than, yeah, it's an hour and a half. Thank you guys so much. I hope this was as good for you as it was for me. I'm not so tired anymore. I was very weirded out by the energy before we started, but after hearing Michelle's reading, I totally understand it. So you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
Thanks, Tracy. Bye.
Okay, bye, guys. End it.